Hello everyone, Blaster here again, bringing you another video that I'm sure you will find interesting if you play Heroes. Today's topic is going to be how to play around Dominus Impulse. This is a new trap card that also works as a hand trap, just like Infinite Impermanence, and it was released in Rage of the Abyss. And to be quite honest with you, this is one of the most devastating hand traps that people could play against you if you play a hero deck, especially if you play like a standard list, and we'll define that later on. I'm just going to tell you how to play around this particular hand trap because we're going to cover the scenario where this causes the most amount of damage. Okay, so let's get started. For this scenario, we're starting Ferris plus Malicious, and let's just play this as a regular, let's say as any common hero player would play this hand. So starting with Vision Hero Fairies, you're gonna discard the Malicious, then special summon the Vision Hero Fairies, then you're gonna place the increase into the back row. Then usually at this point, people tribute the fairies, special summon the increase summons the Bion, then Bion is going to dump in a hero monster, which is going to be Denier, then Vision Hero Bion vanishes to get the Polymerization. Then you link these two away into Cross Crusader. Then Cross Crusader is going to target, usually at this point they target the Denier, so if there's some kind of disruption like a Bestial, you don't lose access to the Malicious. Then you activate Cross Crusader effect to search for a hero, which is going to be Stratos in this case, and then you normal summon it. And we're talking about, let's say, a standard hero list, right? So at this point, usually a lot of hero players will be searching for the Liquid Soldier, and then they link these two away into the Infernal Deviser. Then Infernal Deviser is going to show you a fusion and add up to 2 materials, but because there's only one name written on this fusion, you only get 1 material, which is going to be Elemental Hero Neos. Oh, sorry, I had the Polymerization Graveyard, sorry. And then, at this point, you're gonna be using Malicious Effect to special summon another copy into the field. Then you're gonna link these two away into the Wonder Driver. Then you're gonna activate Denier's effect on Graveyard to special summon itself, and then places the Destiny Hero Malicious that you use on top of the deck. And then you're gonna activate Malicious again to special summon the Malicious. And this is the part where we use the Polymerization. Why is it done this particular way is because there are some, let's say, some cheeky players that more or less they know how hero works, and let's say if they have Nibiru in hand, and they know, right, they know that they shouldn't be holding the Nibiru until the end of the main phase because that is the least impactful time to actually use Nibiru. Usually what they do is activate Nibiru at the point where you activate the Polymerization. So if you haven't been careful enough building your board, now you lose everything. Nibiru gets summoned, and then you get a Nibiru token on the field. And this is like the meme, right? The meme about heroes, that the hero end board is a Nibiru token, and if you're not careful, you could end up like this, right? Because let's say if you didn't search for one of these materials and you activate the fusion and you don't have like enough materials in hand, everything is going to get wiped out. You get the Nibiru token, and now like you're at this point where you don't have any way to resolve the Polymerization, so you also lose on this effect. So that's the reason why people play it like this. So at least if you get Nibiru at this point, you can special summon the Infernal Rage, get the trap, and somehow this damage is still fixable. Like you can still end on something, but it also depends on how many other hand traps your opponent has and how many cards you still have. But let's say this is something that usually happens, right? This is why let's say the important part of this is to show you that this is what usually a hero player does to play around the most common hand traps whenever they're playing this particular hand. So you are at this point, right? You have these cards in your hand, and then you activate the polymerization, and then suddenly your opponent activates from hand Dominus Impulse, negating your polymerization. And if you're at this point, not gonna lie, if you're playing a standard hero build, you are kind of screwed, because even if you were to because at this point, if you're at this, you have this board, really there's nothing you can do to fix the board, unless you are the 1% of players where you could lane this two away and play another Cross Crusader, activate the other malicious, then place and recover the polymerization. But even if you were to do this, recovering the polymerization, right, like this, you still don't have you have to make a choice at this point. Do you want to end on DPE, or do you want to end on the favorite contact and let's and hope for the best whenever you activate the liquid soldier effect, which is, I think this would be the correct answer, because this way you at least have the hope of drawing into fusion destiny and try to fix the the board, right? But let's say this is why this card is so strong against heroes, because having a hand trap to negate polymerization, it's really strong against heroes. This destroys heroes, or at least if you're playing a standard build. So I'm going to show you how I particularly play this hand, just like the video before where we were playing around targeted negation hand traps, to show you that even if you get Dominus Impulse at this point, you can still build a board, right? So let's just wind everything back. We're just going to wind everything back. And we're going to start with the exact same hand that we had before, okay? Which is going to be opening Fairies plus Destiny Hero Malicious, okay? So for this matter, we're going to do the same thing where we activate Fairies effect, discard Malicious, then special summon itself, then Fairies is going to place the Vision Hero increase into the back row, and this time we're going to activate Destiny Hero Malicious effect to summon another copy, and then we link these two away into Cross Crusader. Remember, the reason why I like doing this is because this effect only increases the summon count for a card like Nibiru, so you don't want to lose on the search effect whenever you're doing so, right? So you are gonna activate Cross Crusader effect, tribute for Malicious, and then at this point I search for Elemental Hero Blazeman, then I spend a normal summon on Blazeman, then Blazeman gets the polymerization, and then you're gonna link these two away, and then you special summon the Infernal Devicer, then Infernal Devicer shows the fusion, and then you get the Neos. Right here, the Neo. And then this is the place where you activate polymerization, and then your opponent is going to snipe it right through, Dominus Impulse, negating the polymerization, and then will be, now you're screwed, right? Now we're on that spot where we cannot continue the play, right? So no, that's actually wrong, because we build our deck for this specific scenario, and this is important because this card is actually being used on meta decks. Now currently Malice is using this card, and also other rogue decks like Labyrinth, which honestly might not be as common whenever you encounter it, but if you're facing Malice at the point that I'm filming this video, this card is really strong, and they don't have a significant drawback by playing this card, because the 90% of their deck is just Dark Attribute, and they don't get locked out of too many important effects with this card. So you'll be saying, okay, now what do I do? Just remember we haven't spent increase effect, so we can tribute the Infernal Deviser, then increase special summon itself, and then he will be summoning a Vision Hero from the deck, which is going to be Vision Hero Bion, and then Vision Hero Bion is going to dump a hero, which is going to be Denier. Then this is the part where this is not usual for a standard hero list, because here I'm banishing for cost and adding a second polymerization. Yes, this is another reason why I always tell you guys that you should be playing more than one polymerization, because it's not a brick, is your main play starter, and you need this card. Like, you need to open this card. If you do not open it, you need to search into it. And if you're on this kind of scenarios where you get negated on the polymerization, this will fix your hand. This will fix your board, and you are actually ending on something decent. So at this point, you're going to activate polymerization, fuse Neos, and increase to special summon the Sunrise. Then Sunrise is going to get you the Miracle Fusion, right? And then you're gonna be activating the Miracle Fusion, banishing the Neos and the Blazeman that you normal summoned earlier. This is one of the reasons why I like this card. And then you special summon the Infernal Rage, and then Infernal Rage is going to get you the trap. And then you're gonna activate its second effect, because you use a normal monster for its fusion summon. And I still have a valid target, which is going to be the Winkerible level 6, which is also going to help you out, because this is the particular kind of scenarios where this card shines the most, because because you got disrupted with this kind of card, you are not ending on the best possible board that you can end, but this is going to work as a disruption, an additional disruption for your turn, right? And after that, you're gonna be yes, you're gonna be linking these two cards away, summoning like the Wonder Driver, and then you're gonna be using the Denier's effect to special summon itself, because you control a Destiny Hero monster in your graveyard, and then Chainlink 1 extra hero Wonder Driver, so you can reset the polymerization that you got negated, and then Chainlink 2, you're gonna be placing a Destiny Hero on top of your deck, which is going to be the Destiny Hero Malicious that you already used, and then you're gonna be activating the Malicious Engrave to special summon another copy from deck, and then you're gonna be activating the polymerization, fuse these two to special summon the Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer, and ta-da! You ended on 3 disruptions, which is going to be the Destroyer Phoenix Enforcer, the Favorite Contact, and the Winkerible level 6 on this particular scenario, even though you got Dominus Impulse by just playing double polymerization, and this is why it's so important. This is so important for you to play more than one. So, yeah, this is going to be essentially it. I want these videos to be short, so they are more digestible for people. And just give me, guys, your thoughts about this kind of videos. I'm planning on releasing more how to play around other particular hand traps or particular counters to the deck, so you can know what are your options. And also, I want to thank everyone for the 500 subscribers. We finally reached the milestone. I am planning to do a special video later down the road to commemorate the occasion. So this is going to be everything that I have to show for today. This is Blaster signing out, and I hope that you guys have a nice week.